Hello everybody and welcome to the video notes for Unit 5, Day 6. In today's lesson we are learning how to calculate a grade point average. Today's video is dedicated to Byron in 6A. Hi Byron. GPA, whenever you see those three letters, especially on a report card, it stands for your grade point average. And what your grade point average is it's like taking the average of all of your grades and putting that together in one number. And a grade point average is useful because it tells how good your grades are in one number. So instead of having to say, I have an A, and a B, and a C, you might be able to say, oh, I have a 3.2 GPA. So in just one number, you can say how good all of your grades are by using the average. And if you remember from yesterday, or from our do-nows, the formula for finding the average, what we have to do is, we have to take the sum of all the numbers so we add everything up and we're going to divide it by how many numbers there are. So the average is the sum of all the numbers divided by how many there are. Let's take a look at number 1. Below is Oscar's progress report. What is his GPA, his grade point average? Use the grade points on the right to calculate the average. Okay, so here are his grades, and you can see an A is worth 4 points, a B is worth 3 points, a C is worth 2 points, a D is worth 1 point, and an F is worth 0 points. And I think it's easiest to, next to the letter grades, write down how many points it is. So an A is worth 4 points, I'll put a 4 here. A B is worth 3 points, I'll put a 3 here. An A is also worth 4 points. A C is worth 2 points. Okay, so now I've put the number of points next to each grade. And I'm going to do this top part right here, the sum of all the numbers. So I'm going to add up all of these numbers right here. So I have a 4, so the GPA is equal to the sum of all the numbers, which is a 4 plus a 3 plus another 4 plus a 2, and we're going to divide this by how many grades there are, or how many numbers there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, 4 grades, so we're going to divide all of this by 4. And let's see what this equals. 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, and then 11 plus 2 is 13. So we're going to have 13 on the top. And then the 4, this stays there. So 13 divided by 4 is equal. You can use your calculator for this. 13 divided by 4. 13 divided by 4 equals 3.25. So the GPA is 3.25. Put a box around that, that's our final answer. A 3.25, what that means is, since a B is worth 3 points, Oscar's grade point average is a little bit above a B. So he's about a little bit above a B average. Okay. Now that we've done this one together, I'm going to have you pause on your own, and I want you to try number 2, and then resume the video to check your work. So pausing, and try number 2. now you're resuming to check your own work. Remember, if you're not trying on your own, you're not challenging yourself to learn. Below is Morelia's progress report. What is her GPA? Okay, a B is worth 3 points, a C is worth 2 points, a D is worth 1 point, and a C is also worth 2 points. So we're going to add all these up to find the GPA. So we have 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2. Dividing all of this by how many numbers there are, 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. What would this equal? 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 7. Divided by 4. So 7 divided by 4. 4 equals 1.75. So Morelia's GPA, not nearly as good as Oscar's. Her GPA is 1.75. If you got that all on your own, 3 gold stars for you. A 1.7 GPA, that means a D is 1 point and a C is 2 points. So, actually, I'm so sorry about that. I made a mistake here. 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 1 is 6. This is 8, not 7. 8 divided by 4. My mistake. So her GPA is a 2.00 because 8 divided by 4 is 2. Again, sorry about that. So a 2.00 GPA, right? A 2 is a C. So Morelia has a C average. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. On the right is the grade point scale that Lionel Wilson uses. On the right here. Based on Caesar's report card below, what would be his GPA? You're going to show all your work and round your answer to the nearest hundredth. Okay. Remember, rounding to the nearest hundredth means 2 numbers after the decimal place. English is an A minus. So I'm going to find A minus on the right here. And an A minus is worth 3.67 points. So next to this, I'll put 3.67. Math, it was a B plus. I find B plus over here. B plus is a 3.33. Science is a B minus. B minus is a 2.67. A C is a 2.0, an A is a 4.0, 4.0, and a D plus over here is a 1.33. Okay, to find Caesar's GPA, right, you are going to, we have to add up all of these numbers and divide it by how many numbers there are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 numbers, so you're going to divide it by 6. So add up all the numbers, then divide that by 6, and then you can get his GPA. Once you get the GPA, you're going to round it to the nearest hundredth. I'm not going to do the rest of this because I want you to finish this on your own. Today's secret word is GPA. That's the secret word, GPA. Right. When you are done, raise your hand, and then you can get your check.
Thank you so much for playing my game.